Greetings fellow players, and welcome to my updated build guide video, which you can use for any physical skill in 3.7 Legion. With any physical skill, I mean you can use channeling skills like Blade Flurry or the new reworked Cyclone. You can use strike skills like Double Strike, or you can use something like Blade Storm or Reef. So for all of those like 3 categories, I have prepared different POBs. There are no like big changes to my previous video, but I still want to outline the changes I made. So this one is my current Blade Storm character, which I'm playing on 3.7 Legion. I'm already sitting at 850 DPS if all my gems would level up. And yeah, I'm using a Tabula 1-socket Tomb Fist with a Murderous Eye Jewel socketed in there. That's important because you want to have the 10% increased damage from the Intimidate enemies. And other than that, Zirconias, 2 Chaos. Tabula was like 15, I think. And Smite are currently expensive. They go for 20 to 50, depending on which time of the day you're looking for them. And we are still using double Aunt Smite with the Pacifism jewel socketed in there. So we are always sitting at maximum and 0 frenzy charges, which grants us 100 crit multi, and depending on the role, a lot of accuracy rating, which you need in this league. Okay, so other big changes are I changed around these auras a little bit, and I also changed the curses. So before we went for a double curse, but I figured out that these would be like too many buttons you have to press if you want to go for maximum damage at the boss. So instead we are now going to use just Warbanner, Pride, and Blood and Sand. You should check for yourself if you want to use Blood and Sand or Precision. If you want a little bit more crit strike chance and higher accuracy rating, then obviously go for Precision. Otherwise you can just choose Blood and Sand for the area damage or area of effect. We are going to use Blood Rage, just attack speed bonus, pop it once in the beginning of the map. And then you're going to use Vile Ancestral War Chief and Berserk at the bosses. Berserk and Warbanner are like instant skills, you just press them and they're there. And Vile Ancestral War Chief has a little like animation. So if you just want to kill a boss fast, just press Berserk and the Warbanner. The boss will die within like, I don't know, 1 or 2 seconds. Doesn't matter on which tier you're playing, you're going to deal so fucking much damage. Deep Slam, still with 4 to 5 faster attacks, Blood Magic, easy here. And now I actually introduced a custom damage taken setup. This is going to be a fully leveled custom damage taken actually, because we want to have the maximum amount of damage reduction from the new Immortal Call. I know 3.2k damage is a lot, but if you're playing in high maps and if you're really taking damage, which means when you're taking damage you want to have this buff active, then you're going to have this buff active. And I'm choosing Immortal Call here because we have a lot of leech, which is more efficient to use instead of like the new Molten Shell or the new Steel Skin Shell, because they just prevent a specific amount of damage. But if you're having leech, it is efficient to reduce the incoming damage so you can heal up back to full life while still maintaining the buff. So you can like mitigate further incoming damage if there are like extremely many big hits. Immortal Call will be better if you are playing on a higher leech character, and we are going to have leech. Other than that, you can still swap around in between channeling skills or non-channeling skills. For me, I'm using Blade Storm which is a fast hitting skill, and as well as Reef. Reef is a fast hitting skill as well, something like that. And if you're playing a fast hitting skill, you should use melee physical damage instead of chance to bleed. Because if you're hitting many times, pretty much every single enemy will be bleeding, even though we're only at 75% bleeding chance here. But if you're playing something like Thunder, maybe, which is a slow hitting spell, you want to have 100% chance to bleed, so you will always proc your bleed explosions as Gladiator in this case. So you would go for a chance to bleed here. So if you're a fast attacker, super fast attacker, you need like 3 or 4 attacks to kill blue monsters, go for melee physical. Otherwise, if you're killing them way faster, then go for a chance to bleed, so you will have a more consistent bleed explosion. Yeah, if you don't want to choose to play a Berserker, or a Gladiator, I also have a Berserker POB here. The support gems here are much more straightforward, because you don't need the bleeding chance, because you're not utilizing the bleeding explosions. And if you want to play something like, where is it? Like Double Strike, I had it somewhere, Strike, Claw, Gladiator. I actually suggest you play Claws and you play Gladiator, because Gladiator has bleed explosions, super easy clear, super buffed clear speed, and Claws will give you enough leech and sustain, because most of these skills are actually super close combat. So the links in this one are pretty much straightforward as well. If you're clearing maps, you will go for Ancestral Call and Melee Splash instead of Ruthless or Impale. If you're going for boss fights, then you go for Ruthless, Impale, or actually you can also go for Close Combat here, but that depends on the boss. So if you can really stay up close to the boss, then you go for Close Combat instead of Ruthless. Otherwise, just take Ruthless for boss fights. As well as in the other 2 POBs, you will have like 6 buffs that you can activate and deactivate whenever you want. The special thing here for the Claw Gladiator is that we are not going to use the Blood or Sand Stance, because Blood or Sand Stance only increases your melee or your AoE effectiveness, like AoE damage or AoE overall. Instead, we are going to use Precision to get more crit strike and a higher hit chance. These don't have to be linked. These are all like one socket things. So just make sure you have like 4 reds and 2 green sockets on your tree somewhere, or on your gear somewhere. We're using the same items, Tabula Rasa, in the beginning of the league. If you want to go for more damage, you can go for Low Weave. Or if you want to go for more AoE, if you're playing like a channeling skill like Cyclone, AoE is actually pretty damn good. Then you could also go for a Carcass Jack to get more AoE and a little bit more damage as well. So I think that's it. I'm going to post all 3 POBs down in the video description. And if you have any suggestions, or if you want to come say hi, visit me on my Twitch stream, Play Like Jay with underscores in between. And that's it for the video. I will put the ascendancy points, like the order of ascendancy points, and the jewel stats, bandits, and pantheons on the screen, so you don't have to worry about them. But that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope I will see you soon. Thank you.